Right, hello and welcome back to another one of my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I hope to earn your subscription. Right, today what we're doing, we're going to be making some waxed oilcloth, namely waterproofing the pair of trousers. This will be for like outdoor activities, hiking, bushcraft, I don't know, work trousers. You know, these trousers aren't work trousers. These are basically the cheapest sort of discolour trousers I could find, and yeah, I don't really want to spend 50-60 pounds on a pair of trousers in case I mess it up. So this is a bit of an experiment. If it turns out good, I'll obviously use them. But then, if it doesn't, it's no real loss, you know. Yeah. And to buy waxed trousers, you know, you're looking at sort of 250 up to £300 for a pair of, I think the company's Filson. There's a company called Filson out there that do that. So yeah, please stay with me and I'll show you the process. Yeah, just get you moved over to the table. So here we have them, pair of trousers. What I'll do, I'll just quickly go through the tools and the bits that we're going to be using in this video. Keep them aside for now. Also, I have a canvas bag over there. I might waterproof that as well if I have a bunch left over. But if I only have a little bit left over, I'll just tip it into a jar and sort of save it for another time. Because I think you can sort of remelt it, or you can use it as like a furniture polish. Obviously not this. This is chipboard, particle board work surface, but I've set this little table up because it's clean, you know, it's clean and it's ready to go sort of thing. Right, anyway, so yeah, a clean table, you know, I've cleaned it down a few times with wet wipes, seems to be dust free now. A heat gun, this is used for after the wax is applied. After the wax is applied, we'll use the heat gun to go over it to sort of even it out and sink it all in. What else? We've got a measuring cup. Anything will do. So I'm going to be doing this by volume, not by weight. We have a what's it called? Electric hob. An electric hob, and this will be what I'll be sort of melting and mixing all the ingredients together. I might still do a double boiler, I don't know, I'll see. I think this goes pretty low. Yeah, it goes quite low, so I might just use it as is. But you know, safety, don't use an open flame, don't use gas, don't use a gas hob. Let me check we're still in shot. It looks a bit wonky to me. Better. Right, yeah, safety. Safety, yeah, no open flames, so no blow torches, that's why I'm using a heat gun, and no gas hobs, and make sure you're doing it in a well ventilated area. Use a double boiler. I don't want to get an angry email or strongly worded email from someone saying that they've burnt their garage down or burnt their house down because they've done what I did but not the same or whatever, I don't know. People come up with all sorts of excuses to put blame on others. Right, okay, so yeah, electric. I've got this mixing bowl, old mixing bowl, I can't remember where it came from. I've been using it for this sort of stuff. Now for the ingredients. We've got a bottle of boiled linseed oil, that's our sort of main ingredient, and a bunch of a kilo of microcrystalline wax. And originally I was going to use beeswax, but beeswax has gone up in price a lot these days. This microcrystalline wax is actually cheaper, and from what I've seen on the internet, what I've seen on YouTube is there's this video. I'll put the name of the video in the somewhere at the bottom of the screen, and basically he does some sort of scientific reasoning to determine that marker crisping wax will outperform beeswax or paraffin wax. So I'm going the sort of non-traditional route here, using the marker crisping wax, which will outperform, and it's cheaper than beeswax, which is kind of odd. Right, what else? We got some white spirit, or mineral spirits, as our North American friends call it. Yeah, so that and that, and that's it. And a paintbrush. This is a natural bristle brush. Because we're going to be using the hot liquids, you don't really want to use synthetic type brushes because it will melt. So I've just gone for a cheap what's it called? Gosh, the words are escaping me. Natural bristle paintbrush. So yeah, there's not really a lot to it. It's quite straightforward. Yeah, so what we do, we'll just sort of get on with it. Right, so what I'm going to do is, by volume, I'm going to measure out, I think, how do I want to do this? I want equal parts of wax and other, so it'll be 2 cans of this, 2 cans of wax, and then 1 can of white spirit and 1 can of linseed oil. Right, let me do the wax first. Oh, very shiny pellets, very glossy. Weird. Some stuck in there. Right, yeah, so I've got this set to pretty much the lowest setting. Yeah, pretty much the lowest setting. It's quite warm today. I think this wax is trying to melt. Right. Yeah. So how much did all this come to? So the wax. This was £10 off eBay. £10 off eBay. This was £5 off eBay, and this was, I think, the white spirit was I think roughly what, £2.50? I think £2.50 for that. So yeah, we're not breaking the bank here. Oh yeah, and the trousers, these were £7 reduced. Normally they're like £20 from H&M. That's I don't know if you have H&M over in America, in North America, but H&M is sort of like, I don't know, a little bit more expensive than Primark. A bit sort of better quality, you know, a bit more for variation as well. So yeah, I managed to find this in the sales, which is quite lucky because it's my size, and it's actually the only decent one I could find, the only normal looking one I could find that didn't have loads of silly crap on it. Right, so it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to heat up, so what I do is I'll put this one in as well. It might help it along a bit. There we go. Got a tiny bit left over for my handles and stuff, for my little woodworking projects. Now this goes in. Looks nice, doesn't it? Might add some more wax, I'm not sure. But this is going to produce a lot here, so I'm going to have a bunch left over. We'll see. Yeah, I'll get back to you once it's closer to being melted. I don't want to add the white spirit just yet. I want to add that right at the end, because this stuff's quite flammable. So I'm going to, yeah, all this stuff is flammable, but the white spirit is extra flammable. So I'm just gonna leave this for a while, let it get warm, and get back to you. Right, so I've got to mention, this is still going. It's only been, oh bloody hell, it's been 20 minutes and it still hasn't done anything. It is getting there though, slowly. It does look like some sort of weird, disgusting food, doesn't it? But anyway, I've got to mention, if you have any like oily rags or anything from the linseed oil, get like a metal tray or something, non-flammable, even on the ground, and just lay them out so they can cure. These ones are cured, you can see they're sort of gone a bit sort of cardboardy. But yeah, just put them on a metal tray of some sort, just in case they do catch on fire, spontaneously combust. They're not going to sort of set fire to everything around it. Also, this tray can be used in case this bursts into flames for whatever reason. I can literally just calmly just place this over the top just, to smother the flame, rather than whatever you do not throw water on it, don't do anything stupid like that. You can use like a carbon dioxide fire extinguisher, but I think this is probably the easiest sort of way. Maybe put on some leather gloves or something if it does catch on fire, and just place over the top. I've got some leather gloves over there on the other side of the table. Right, no, it's plug sockets right there. Yeah, so you've been warned. And also, wear clothes that you don't mind getting oil all over, because you're going to splash yourself when you're doing this. So I've got an old t-shirt and old pair of trainers or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. There seems to be a leak in my mixing bowl. Don't know how that's happened, but as you can see, this is why it's a good thing I didn't add in the white spirits. I just noticed a bit of smoke. Good thing I didn't walk away from this. Noticed a bit of smoke, and yeah, so I'm gonna have to clean this up. Ah, it gets hot. We'll have to clean this up, and first of all I'll put this into another container. I'll put and scrape this bit up here and put it into a actual cooking pot. I've got, well, I don't know, I don't really want to ruin any of my good pots. Ah, man, I should have thought about this a bit better, shouldn't I? I'm gonna have a quick hunt around anyway and see if I can find anything suitable for the job. Right, so I found this one of my old camping, what's it called? Oh gosh, stop sniffing. One of my old camping pots. I'm just going to use this. It's not a very good camping pot. I think it's just a cheap pot that I just put this wire handle on. And what I do, I just transfer it over. No real dramas. No real dramas. Didn't lose much wax. Good thing. I'm really happy I didn't walk away from this. You know, there's a lesson to be learned. This is why I enjoy doing these videos, because I get to show you guys what to do, things that I don't necessarily think about. like checking that this is watertight, filling it full of water and checking it for leaks. And obviously this is leaked. So what I'm going to do, I'm just scrape all this out. I'll probably end up getting a spoon or something. I should have something laying around. I can use this a bit better. There we go. Got this nice little scraper. Yeah, so it looks like this has now become a lampshade. It can't really be used for anything like this anymore. It's made a really nice wax at the bottom though. A really nice sort of paste, wax paste. Oh, the smell is so strong. This gives off quite a lot of smell. Right, okay, there we go. That'll do it. What I'll do, I'll use the heat gun and melt the rest out once I get this back on the heat. After I've got this back on the heat. Right, there we go. Right, before I do that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this back on. I'm trying to figure out where the wax actually went. So I don't want this to be inside all over the electronics. What I might have to do is, oh yeah, by the way, as soon as I noticed it leaking, first thing I did, I unplugged it. I unplugged it, no panicking, no nothing, and then sort of dealt with it. So this is unplugged now, so it's quite safe for me to sort of open it up and have a quick look inside. I don't know. It should be alright, you know. What I'll do, I'll just quickly whip it open and just have a quick look inside. I'll do that off camera though, because you know, it's not terribly interesting, is it?
I have no backup.
Alright, so it's not so bad. Oh, lost the washer. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. And thinking about it, these will be designed for spillages. But, you know, very, very basic inside. You see a little bit around the ring. A little bit of the wax made its way around the ring, the heater element, well, the cast iron portion. What I'll do, I'll just wipe it out so we don't get any sort of smoking up, and then carry on. Disaster averted. So I've just put this up to full power. I'm going to try and smoke this all off, get rid of that. What I'm going to do is, using the heat gun that was going to be used sort of on the last stage of making this, I'm going to use the heat gun now just to melt out the remaining of the wax oil mixture in there. So yeah, I'll just get on with that. You know what? I'm going to move these trousers away because I don't want them to get ruined. Just put it over there, safely out the way, to get knocked over later. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's smoking off nicely now. I might need to get my extension lead. This gets hot. Oh. Need my gloves. I need my gloves. At least a glove. Oh, blimey, this gets really warm. What was this? 2000 watts. And it can stand up on its back as well. Right, so what I might do, I might actually try and find where the leak is and just, because I've got the TIG welder, haven't I can literally just weld it shut and possibly still use these. Because as you probably know me, I hate having to buy stuff. So either way, it's either going to turn into a lampshade or get welded. Anyway, that can go away and cool down somewhere. Right there. Alright, so I've just popped the temperature up a tiny bit. It was at number 1, now I've just put it up to number 2 because it seems it's been about an hour, obviously plus the little mishap we had earlier, but it's been about an hour and it sort of stopped melting. If that makes sense, the wax has stopped melting, so I've just popped it up to number 2 now. What I've been doing is just giving it a little stir, give it a little stir every now and again. But you want it to go slow. You do not want to heat this up quick. You don't want it to smoke. You don't want it to burn. You definitely don't want it to catch on fire. But it is getting there. Alright, so the last few little bits of wax have sort of melted in. Still a few little bits in there, but what I'm going to do now is just add the white spirit, the mineral spirit. So this will be 1 part mineral spirit now. So we had 2 parts wax, 1 part bottle and seed oil, and now we're adding 1 part white spirit. Right, this stuff's very strong. It smells, it's got a very strong smell to it. You can get the low odour one, but obviously I went for the cheapest option. So I'm just going to pour this in carefully. Right, seems like this pot is perfect for this amount of mixture. Right, I'm done with this now. I can just live there for now. Right, so what I'll do, I'll just leave this. Give it a little stir. I'm just going to leave this where it is now. Maybe leave it for another sort of 10-15 minutes to let it all sort of come together. Make sure it's all back up to temperature and all, you know, melt together. Surprisingly though, it didn't congeal when I added the white spirit. I was expecting it to sort of go solid again, but you know, it's not terribly hot. It's quite hot. Let me turn it back down. Yeah, it's not massively hot. I can sort of touch it for a little bit, but I've turned it down again. I've put it back to 1, so I'm just going to leave that for a bit. I won't leave this alone because this can be quite dangerous now. Because it's thinned out a lot and it's going to be gassing off. So no open flames if you're a smoker, no smoking, no blow torches, no gas powered bloody hobs, no, none of that. You know, we don't want to burn ourselves, we don't want to set fire to the garage or the workshop, so just we've got to be extra careful. Yeah, see, it's all steaming up inside from the white spirit. It's got a slight shimmer on top, so it does show that it's actually warm. You can sort of see that shimmer on the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean up, get everything ready to go. Sort of hide this away somewhere and sort of get on with it. But it's always a good idea doing stuff like this, just tidy as you go, because you don't want to be tripping over stuff and losing things when doing things like this. So just tidy as you go, tidy as you work, and yeah. Right, so I'm going to turn this off now. That's off. I'll take it off the heat. So place that there. And away we go. As you can see, it soaks right in. Really shot. You can see what's going on. Sort of get along the seams as well as you go, because I can imagine once it sort of starts stiffening up a bit, it'll be a bit sort of tricky to sort of get in there. See, it's already starting to set. Yeah, you are going to get splashed, so if you're not very good with hot things, put some gloves on or something, some sort of like leather gloves, something that's sort of heat resistant, you know. You don't want to use plastic for the obvious reasons, so plastic will melt and stick to you. Right, cool, that's that one side done. What I'll do, I'll flip over to the other side. I won't show you that. I'll just sort of cut back to the next sort of stage. Right, okay, so we have the waxed oilcloth, the tin pants, all sort of done and hanging. I'm just going to let this cure over a couple of weeks and sort of check on it periodically, sort of make sure it's airing out nicely. You can see it's not completely flat. so it's going to have air movement in there. I've also waxed this bag. I think I may have overdid it a bit, but that'll be fine. What I'll do, I'll hit it with the heat gun in a couple of days time or so. And this is what we have left over. I've just put it into these jars. Got that one there and that one there. This one I'm going to use. This one I'm going to use as a sort of like wood polish. That'll be good as a nice sort of wood paste. This one can be reheated and remelted. Yeah, doing the sort of double boiler method. What else? These rags here. I found the best way to get rid of these rags is not just leave them laying around like this. Is basically just drop them in a bucket of water. Just leave them in a bucket of water for a few days or so. Then you can just throw them away in the bin or flush them down the toilet. Flush them down the toilet if you want. Maybe not this one. This is a wet wipe. That will end up clogging up your system. But yeah, that's it. You see, it's all done. This is going to be my wax melting pot now. Yeah, quite happy with the way it's turned out. So what we do, we'll come back in a couple of weeks or a week's time and just check up on them. And then it's really hot today. It's like almost 30 degrees today. So I don't know if the camera's picking up. The wax is still molten. It's still sort of wet. Still shiny and wet. I don't know if that's normal, but it's really hot in there today. You can see it still looks wet. It hasn't got that opaque sort of look. So yeah, we'll get back in a couple of weeks and yeah, sort of see what happens. Right guys, so it's cooled down a little bit now today. It's been a week and 1 day. About a week and 1 day, and I've just hung these outside again. I've been moving them around a lot. It's been really hot. It's been like sort of in the mid 30s, that's degrees centigrade. So I've just moved them back out, and yeah, looking alright. It's been a week and a day. I'll sort of leave them out overnight. I need lots of air to cure. Yep, getting there. Yeah, I'll get back to you in about a week. Alright, so it is now 2 weeks and 2 days. And yeah, still got a bit of an odour. It's I've sort of hung it like this to try and make sure it airs out around the top, so it's not so flat. So you can see down there. It's you can see the other one. It's all sort of open, so there's air movement. The bag. It's stiffening up. I mean the temperature has cooled down. You know what this reminds me of? It's bed knobs and broomsticks. If anyone's seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna give them both another week. I'll give them both another week. Well, maybe another 5 days. Another 5 days, and then what I'll do, I'll just test them, because I reckon the smell will be gone by then. The odour off the oil. It's not anything else really. The smell off the white spirit is totally gone. It's just a very faint smell off the linseed oil, the boiled linseed oil. Above the decking area where the washing line passes, it's roofed, so I can still keep this outside to let air out best it can, because it's alright hanging it in the garage, but sometimes it gets too hot and the air gets stagnant. There's no air movement in the garage, and also, you know, in the house it's cooler, but there's not as much air movement as there is out here. So if you have a roofed area, like I don't know, sort of that sort of thing, anywhere outside that's roofed, utilise that, because that'll speed things up a lot. Yeah, I'll give it another week, then we can sort of test them, and what I'll do, I'll test them with the boots as well. Oops. Right, so it's been 3 weeks and 1 day. So I'm gonna call this good. It still smells so very slightly. It's most of the smell's gone now. After 3 weeks, mainly being hung outside in sort of drafty areas. Sort of, if it's a bit damp, what I'll do, I'll take it inside and then like hang it by the window, so it's still getting some sort of a draft. But yeah, no, I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out. What I'm gonna do some testing on it now. Let's pour some water on it. I might, depending on how this wind muff, I'll put a wind muff on top of the camera. Hopefully it's stopping the wind noise. But yeah, it's really windy today. So yeah, what I'll do, we'll just do some little tests. No, it didn't let me through. It just feels cold. That'll be very uncomfortable. I reckon walking around in the rain. It looks like it's sort of holding on to the water. Yeah. But I'm gonna call this video done now. What I'll do, I might take them out to the park and just sort of wear them around with the boots. Maybe wade through, there's a little river down there, a little stream down at the park. Might just sort of go and play around with that for a bit and do some bushcrafting with this stuff. Yeah. It's kept the water out, that's the main thing. It's not wet. Yeah. What I'll do, I'll just hang this up in the sun now, let it dry off. And yeah. I'll call this good. It's definitely water repellent. Next time I test it, I'll make sure I don't spray water down into there as well, because a bunch of water did go in there. But yeah, it'll be alright. Alright, so I'm just going to put some of this dubbing on my boots that I made before I take them out again. This dubbing I made myself. You can see how I made it in my previous video. If you haven't seen that one already, go check it out. You see the water just beads right off it, so it'll keep the boots light, because when the boots sort of soak up water they become heavy. I won't go over there, it's a bit deep there. Sorry. Right, it looks like it's getting a little bit deeper over here now. So see. Yeah, that's definitely going to go over my boots. But at the moment I'm up to sort of just touching the trousers. But I'm feeling absolutely no water coming in. My feet are really, really hot. It's quite a warm day today. And I'm feeling really clammy under these, under the trousers. But the boots are brilliant. They are a bit warm though. And I've only been walking for about 10-15 minutes. So, yeah. And what I did forget to do, I forgot to wax the shoelaces. What I will do is get some beeswax and do that with some beeswax. That's you know, quite simple. Just get a block of beeswax and sort of run the laces through it a few times, just to give it a coating off the beeswax, and it'll stop the water getting in and it'll prolong the life. Yeah. Right, I'll go and let's do a little bit more walking around, and yeah, we'll have a little chat about this little setup I've got going on. And I'm quite happy with it. Quite happy. Yeah, I just found some bog, some dried out bog wood. This whole area gets filled up with water, and yeah, it's actually quite surprising to see all this wood sitting down at the bottom. So I don't know how old this wood is, but it must be preserved. Must be pretty well preserved. I don't know. Might try and cut a piece of it and see what it looks like on the inside. Yeah, so should be focus. You gonna focus for me? Anyway, that actually looks really good inside. Quite surprised. Obviously it's got splits coming in. Yeah, no, that's a good sign though. Would be nice to find out what sort of wood this is, but yeah, I won't be using this for anything. But you can see it's well preserved. It's been buried underwater. It's been underwater for every time I would come here, it'll be underwater. But yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, I think the water preserved it. There we go. There's London. Alright, so here we have it. I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. It's performed really well. I really didn't like the clammy feeling though. I think that's pretty much the only downside to this. It's comfortable. Like the feeling, the texture of it is comfortable against the skin. It's not terribly hard, but the clamminess isn't very good. You know, this is definitely for colder weathers, colder climates. But yeah, all these marks will go away if I apply some heat. If I get the heat gun out, and that will go away. And I've still got a couple of jars off the mixture I can apply. You know, I could just sort of smear it on and warm it in with the heat gun. But yeah, that's if it needs it in the future. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. Yeah. Right, so thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more videos. I might be doing some saddle soap, making some saddle soap, because yeah, eventually these are going to need cleaning. So I'll make some saddle soap for the leather. Yeah, these worked out really well as well. These are great. If you want to see what I did about waterproofing these, if you go to my previous video, you'll see me making dubbing, leather, sort of leather conditioner, leather balm dubbing. That's how I kept these waterproof. I mean, they're waterproof anyway, but the leather itself isn't waterproof. Water will get into the leather, but it won't go past the leather because it's Gore-Tex lined. But it'll make the boots even more heavier, because these are like almost a kilo each, these boots, so they're quite heavy as it is. Yeah. So yeah, please stay tuned for the next video. I'm not sure what I'll be doing. I might be doing some leather balm, or I don't know. I'll think of something. Thank you.